You bet on it is a term, Anand Ranganathan, but there are entities who have actually made 5,000 crores out of it and looted gullible people.
Good evening, Anand. Thank you very much for having me on the panel. There are two issues here. One is the immediacy and the immediate repercussions and the the whole scam that has unfolded right before our eyes, and I'd like to spend a minute on that. And the other is possibly a little bit more broader point that I'll like to make, that why these scams actually happen and should betting be universally legalized in this country. These are the 2 points I think that are important for us and our viewers to talk about. On number one, you're absolutely right. How on earth can more than 6,000 crores be scammed? Not just scammed. You look at the modus operandi. This gentleman who is in the net now was a juice vendor in Chhattisgarh. He had his marriage done and he spent 200 crores in UAE. That is how the whole thing unfolded, and that was his undoing, because people then, ED and other agencies, came to know that there are I think more than a dozen film stars who went there and basically danced at his wedding and were paid enormous amount of sums, and now all that money that was paid to the Bollywood stars is supposed to be from this income that he's earned from scam. So that's point number one, that you learn of a 5,000 crore scam through a wedding that has happened. What kind of investigative agencies are we running? Number two, it's not just the fact, Anand, that the scam came to light because of the wedding. I want to ask, this gentleman had actually started more than 2,000 bank accounts. This scamming was actually conducted through these bank accounts of the underprivileged. He got hold of the Aadhaar cards, he got hold of really poor people, and he promised them direct benefit transfers, DBTs. So he was actually scamming the poorest of the poor. And through those bank accounts, he was undertaking the Hawala transactions. Now you tell me, you can actually make 2 farzi bank accounts or a dozen bank accounts. Can an Indian make suddenly 2,000 farzi bank accounts? What is the RBI or any other agency in this country conducting a cross-checking procedure to find out, A, that a 5,000 crore scam happens and a wedding unfolds it, and B, that 2,000 farzi bank accounts are opened by a scamster and nobody has a wind of it? So obviously heads must roll. It is not just a question of unearthing this scam, Anand. It's a question of why were no one held responsible for not unearthing it for months on end. And I take you back very briefly to how Nirav Modi finally got caught. Nirav Modi and his scam, Mehul Choksi, they were actually PMO India and the board of registrar of companies were informed months before the scam actually unfolded. No action was taken. So I don't know why in this country you have absolute open and shut cases of scams, and by the time they are unearthed, these scamsters have already escaped. And I think this is a blessing in disguise that he actually returned and he was caught. I don't know why he returned to Mumbai and he was caught. Number two, and this is a larger point, I don't know whether we possibly need another debate for this, Anand. But we have betting legalized in Goa, we have casinos, we have lottery systems in many states. That is how states earn a lot of money. Why is betting universally not accepted or legalized all across India? I really want to know the crux of this issue. Do some states feel that they are morally or ethically more superior, or that betting is bad or gambling is bad? If there was universally legalized betting and gambling, such kind of illegal things would not happen.
You make some very strong points there. The other aspect is 5,000 crores of cash that is doing the rounds via Hawala in a post-demonetization era where they're saying that every bank road has been tracked and we've got billions of transactions via UPI or digital transactions.